Hey everybody, Dr. A here, and in this video we are going to be exploring an example in which we are asked to determine if each of the foundations given in these figures here is considered shallow or deep. So let's take a look at each of the figures. We have a figure A and a figure B, and then we'll tackle the solution of each one. Figure A shows a profile view, or it could be a section view of a foundation. This is the shape of the foundation here. It's like a long cylindrical, possibly cylindrical. You can't really see the cross section based on what's given here, but a long foundation that's embedded into the ground. And you see this hatching symbol represents the ground surface. And it has a length of embedment of 18 feet. And then it has a least width or least planned dimension of 3 feet. So if this had a circular cross section, this width B would also be the diameter if it had a circular cross section. Over here on the right, figure B, we have another profile view, or it could be a section view of a foundation that has a least planned dimension of 6 feet, and it has a depth of embedment of 3 feet. Now, if you're wondering what these little symbols are on both of these foundations, these little triangular looking symbols on both of these is the hatching symbol for concrete. So this little hatch symbol means that both of these foundations are made out of concrete poured in the ground. And I guess we should go ahead and put the hatching symbol for the ground surface on figure B here. Looks like I forgot to put that. So again, this is the ground surface on figure B. So let's explore what the solution is to each of these. Well, if you remember from the previous video, the way you investigate if a foundation is shallow is deep is if you look at the depth of embedment to width ratio. The depth of embedment, again, is how deep into the ground the foundation is poured, and the width that you're looking for is the least planned dimension. So for both of these figures, this is all that's given. So let's look at figure A. The depth of embedment is the length L. That's how much it's embedded in the ground. So the D sub F over B ratio in this figure is actually the L over B ratio, because we called this length, okay? So if you look at this, we say this is 18 feet over 3 feet, which is equal to what? That is 6, right? 18 divided by 3 is 6, and this is greater than 4. So this foundation is a deep foundation, okay? So if you remember, a shallow foundation is one that has a depth of embedment to width ratio less than 4. So this is greater than 4, so it's deep. So that's the answer to part A. What about part B? So part B, we do the same kind of thing. We look at the depth of embedment to width ratio, where the width is the least planned dimension. And based on what's given here, we have 3 feet is our depth of embedment. That's how far into the ground the foundation is, divided by 6 feet, which of course is 0.5. And since 0.5 is less than that number of 4, this would be considered a shallow foundation. So that's it. That concludes this very quick example of being able to investigate whether a foundation is deep or shallow. So if this video was maybe helpful to you, please hit like and subscribe, and look forward to some other videos on this subject matter.